Hello, my name is Kamila and this is my portfolio presentation for advanced drawing for production. So, to begin with, the project was to come up with the idea for a game and then make 12 drawings for it. For the style, I took inspiration from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Borderlands. My choice for setting was a Wild West with some magic and steampunkish elements, so having that in mind, I started working. First, I focused on the characters. This is the character that I did first. I like the choice of colors here and clean lines. I think that I haven't really shown the texture of the materials and hands could have been done better. I like the layout on the page though, so I followed this style with the rest of my characters. In the second drawings, the legs are too skinny and therefore don't look really natural. Even though I used the semi-realistic or cartoony style, it could have been done much better. Also, the right hand is the area where I see some errors in anatomy, but I really like the facial expressions in this piece. The line work looks really good and clean, and I like the variety here. In this piece, I feel like the character has too long legs, but I like the colors here. In the expressions, I see some errors in the head anatomy, especially in the middle one and down left one. The fourth character, even though it's just a robot, I still tried to make it accurate with human anatomy. I like the coloring of the metals, but again, the hands and also arms in this case are the things that could have been improved. Next are the props. I started from the branches. I like how I could experiment on the design even though it is just a simple object. I like the colors combination, but the metals could have been done better. I could add more shine to them. Next were the revolvers. Again, the problems with the lack of shine on metal surfaces, even though I wanted to make them look more matte and old. From these three, my favorite one is the middle one, which I think is good compromise between the simple and overcomplicated project. Another props that I did were the totems, which are important part of my world. The colors are inspired by the first character, but I also tried out alternatives. I think I made the lines a little too thick. Also, I haven't really shown that the objects are cylindrical, but I like how the coloring is done here though. Last prop is the motorcycle. I started from a rapid sketch of my inspiration, which was Romet Ogar. I tried to make it and also the first sketch of my project to look more like a pencil sketch, and I think that I was partially successful. The problem with this object is the fact that the engine look weird and do not fully communicate what it is. I also see some errors in the perspective in the sketch in the right. In the fully colored one, I like how I did the golden parts. I think they really stand out. In the end, the environments. In this piece, I like how I did the light. It gives really warm look. I also like the loose style of the piece. The benches look a little too small comparing to the rest of the elements though. The second piece is the interior of the saloon. Here I used the light to make the place look warm and welcoming. Where I see the mistake is the fact that tables and chairs seem to have random sizes. Some are too small, while others are just too big. I like the overall feel of the drawing though. This piece is a digital painting of a town. Here I use the opportunity to practice the perspective. I like the composition of the piece and the use of complementary colors with various tones of greens and reds in the buildings. Last piece is the ranch, and here I wanted to include the aerial perspective by showing the mountains in distance. I like the colors of this piece. Again, I tried to use complementary colors. Even though I think the use of aerial perspective is quite good, I can see some errors in the point perspective. When it comes to objects, it looks like the lines don't go to the vanishing point. When it comes to environmental sketches, I was inspired by impressionistic and post-impressionistic paintings. I tried to use bright, vivid colors and catch the moments. I also took some inspiration from comic book styles, mostly the thick lines. Thank you for listening. Here are the links to the Pinterest board that I used as a mood board and the blog where I tried to focus more on my process.